I'm Pikachu7. This is my science fair project.
And I'm his father, and we're going to be playing Kerbal Space Program. I've played this quite a bit, but he hasn't. So we're going to see how this goes. And we're going to start this off in a new file.
I've never seen. What is that? Just that's right behind.
It's a crashed spaceship.
Okay.
And we're going to do this in science mode, because we are using the 64-bit version, which has some problems with career mode. And
wait, what are the differences?
Career mode, you have to watch your money and stuff, whereas with science mode, it's just about collecting science. And sandbox mode doesn't even have science collection. It's allows you to use everything, but that can be a lot of choices. So I think science mode's a better option for when we're learning to play the game, because it slowly eases us into everything that's available.
Okay.
We're going to name this Science. Science!
Science, the word of Kerbals.
Okay.
That's not even short for it, I think.
Welcome to the Space Center. Nice to meet you. I'm Gene Kerman, Flight Director and your guide for this quick introduction. This is the Space Center. From here you can manage all aspects of the space program. Feel free to have a look around. Hold the right mouse button to move the camera, or use the arrow keys. Right-click over the Space Center facilities to view more about them, and left-click when you're ready to head inside. If you need more information, check out the training section on the main menu. Yeah.
I don't think that was the best Kerbal voice, but...
Whatever. And that big tall building is the spaceship assembly building.
Is it this?
Yep. So that's where we're going to build our ships. Welcome to the vehicle assembly building. Hello, I'm Werner von Kerman, Chief Rocketry Engineer. This is the vehicle assembly building. Here is where we build spacecraft and later roll them out to the launch pad for flight. Pretty impressive, isn't it? On your left, you'll find components to construct your own spacecraft. Select a starting part, then attach others to it to build a ship. You can then have a look around with the right mouse button or the arrow keys. That's it, really. It's not as if it were rockets. Oh. Anyhow, if you need more in-depth explanation on how to build, have a look at the training section of the main menu. Got it.
Actually, that was the best voice, actually.
Okay. So, we're going to build our first rocket. See over on the left side, we have all our parts. Those are the part sections.
Wait, I need to read these.
Pods, fuel tanks.
Tanks, engines, command and control.
Structural.
What in the world?
Aerodynamics.
Utility and science.
So you're going to want to start with that part right there. That's the command pod. That's where your Kerbal knot will be riding in.
Do I drag this somewhere?
Just click it. There it goes. And it's shown up in the vehicle building.
Wait, do I have to do everything on these?
Not everything, but it's a good idea to look through them to see what's available, actually. So why don't you click on each of them to see what's available. That's fuel tanks. You only have one choice right now for fuel tank. Engines, you have two choice. That's a liquid fuel engine, which will use that fuel tank. And the one next to it is a solid fuel booster, which doesn't need a fuel tank. It contains fuel already, but it doesn't allow you to adjust propulsion at all. It just kind of fires off and goes. Nothing's in command and control yet. Structural is only that little girder segment thing.
Wait, what's that used for?
Just to make bigger stuff. You know, you can space things out if you wanted to do stuff like that.
Nothing in aerodynamics.
Right. Parachute. Pretty important. So you don't fall and smash onto the surface of the planet. in science, right now there's only an antenna, which isn't all that useful because you'll be coming back. Antennas are really useful when you get into orbiting for a while and things like that.
I'm not gonna get into orbiting for a really long time.
Okay, fair enough.
So, so I click this?
Sure, add a fuel tank. And then, you see it's carrying around.
This is what I drag.
Yeah. And you can attach it to bottom or top, but the bottom makes more sense.
Right here?
Yep. Okay, there you go.
Engines. This one?
Yep.
What do I drag out?
Attach to the bottom again. There you go. And you notice it just showed up over here. That's because it's one of those staging components, meaning that as you go through, that's going to activate. Because you can activate in different stages as you go.
Uh-huh. Nothing there. You don't do it?
Don't need that for anything right now.
Okay. So, wait, so is that finished?
Remember what I was saying about crashing into the surface of the planet?
Oh, yeah.
You're going to want to put that on top. There you go.
Now it looks complete!
Now, the staging over here. You don't want the engine and the parachute to activate at the same time. So go over to that. Hit plus. Yep. And move the engine down. Because we want that to activate.
Wait, how do I...
Click the engine. That's the top one. Actually, you're going to drag it. So hold it down. Hold down the button. And drag it down to the one area. Below it. Below it. Drag it.
Wait, do I go to this? And
No. Just that little icon. And you're going to drag it down to below the one. There. That's all there is to it. A couple other things here.
I see, like, stuff like this.
Yep. Yeah, we want to go through here. This is how much it would cost, but because we're in science mode, that doesn't matter. Symmetry. If we wanted to do things so that they're mirrored in 2s or 3s or 4s, we can use that to do that. Angle snap adjusts if it goes exactly where we point or snaps to a certain fixed angle. This shows us a couple things here. Where the center of lift... Oh, lift, that's right. That's for airplanes. We don't use that for this. Center of mass. That's where most of our weight is. The fuel tank. Makes sense. And center of thrust shows us which way all our engines are pointing. Down.
Okay.
These tabs up here. Oh, this right here. These are new controls. We can adjust if we're going to offset things or rotate things or things like that.
What is offset?
If we wanted for some reason the engine to not be perfectly square beneath the rest of the rocket.
That's weird.
Yeah, in some cases it might be useful, but generally not so much.
Okay.
Action groups. This is so that you can, if you build a more complicated rocket, you can set up different things to happen at once.
But we're not going to do a complicated one.
Not at this time. A lot of times when I get a lot of the science parts, I'll set them all to one of these actions so that it collects all the science with just one button press, but we don't need to worry about that. Pilots. Who's flying? Our pilot is Jebediah Kerman. He's going to fly for us. And in science mode, he's already all leveled up to do everything that he can do, as is our engineer and our scientist.
Oh.
So that's cool.
The scientist is Bob Kerman!
Now we can either save this, or more likely we'll just hit launch so that we can...
I think this is just one big family just working together.
They all have the same last name.
Yeah.
Alright, hit launch, and we'll launch this.
Okay.
Now I've got controls tied to a controller here, so you don't have to use the keyboard. The green button control staging. The trigger, the right trigger, speeds up. This one here. The red button I've got tied to cut off the thrust. So if you want to turn the engine off, just hit the red button. The orange button, that will activate piloting.
No, that's yellow.
Whatever color it is. That'll activate piloting, so that they call it SAS in game. It means stability assisted something. I forget what it means. And then you get certain options that come up that you can adjust how he pilots. That only works when there is a pilot, who Jebediah is, to do it. But then you can choose him to point at different things. Right. We're gonna shut that off. And then the blue...
Wait, how do we collect, like, science or stuff?
Well, there's a couple different ways, which we'll go through. Actually, we can collect some right now. We're gonna move in. You can use the mouse wheel to zoom in. And you can right-click on different things. And if we right-click on the crew compartment here, we see there's a bunch of options here.
Wait, that one's like flashing.
Yeah, it's kind of silly.
Does it matter?
No. Anyway, control from here, that's automatically going to happen because there's nowhere else to control from. Rename vessel, we don't need to do that right now. Toggle torque, that adjusts for steering and things like that. We don't need to do that. But crew report, that's one of the important ones. You hit that, and we'll collect some science right now. Hit it. And then we record the crew's assessment, and we will get 1.5 science points, and hit the green one to keep it.
What do science points do?
They allow us to research new stuff.
Wait, so what do I collect?
The green clipboard there. Yep.
Keep data.
Yep. The blue one below it would be for broadcasting it if we had an antenna. We didn't bother to put one on, and it's better to just keep it anyway. All right. Right-click anywhere that's not the spaceship to clear that window. Right-click. There we go. All right, and hit the green button to send us off. On the other controller.
Oh. Oh my god!
You can steer with the joystick, but it's because we're in a simple rocket, we probably just want to go up straight up. Or you cannot.
This is gonna...
Don't flip all the way over. You're gonna crash into the ground.
Help me!
Here, turn on stability control. Then the pilot will do some of the work.
Do you think I'll
try? This is our navigation ball, which shows where we are relative to the planet.
Are we gonna get into space?
No. Oh, actually, we've already run out of gas.
We're gonna fall.
Yeah.
How do we do the parachute?
Hit the green button again. That'll activate the next stage, which is the parachute. If I zoom out, you'll see it. It's not inflated yet. It doesn't inflate until 500 meters. Or... You see up here is our altitude. We are at 2,000 and slowly going back down.
What if we fell into the water?
You can do that. That's called a splashdown. People do that all the time. Are we going to land on a building? No. We're far enough away from the center where we're not going to land on a building.
What if we did?
Oh, there's no money. We're in science mode, so it won't destroy the building, I don't think. In career mode, buildings can be destroyed.
Yeah.
And we're slowly sinking down. Now up here, we've got time controls where we can accelerate time if we need to. But honestly, we're almost there anyway, so. And this is probably going to explode because the parachute doesn't really slow us down enough to stop the engine there.
Wait, is it possible to make sure it doesn't explode? But it doesn't matter right now.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is the engines are very, very delicate, so they explode very easily. The crew compartment would have been fine. Alright, so we are land that down, and we can hit recover vessel to send us back out. Going to bring us in. And we saw that we got 1.5 science for our crew report. And we recovered a vessel that survived a flight, so we got 5 science for that because this is the first time the Kerbal Space Center has done that. And Jebediah Kerman was recovered. In career mode, parts would show up with giving us money, but again, no money in science mode, so no worries about it. Alright, that was our first one.
Okay.
Now, to spend those science points, we go here. This shows all the parts that have been unlocked so far. These are the next parts that can be unlocked for 5 science, which is what we've just collected. We get a smaller fuel tank, a bigger fuel tank, a mystery goo containment unit, which we can use to get more science, and then the decoupler, where we can separate the parts of the rocket. We'll research that. We'll close out of there. Alright. Want to build another rocket?
Yeah. Do you think we can get it to space this time?
Maybe. Now, the most...
Put down the controller.
Yep. The most interesting thing, I think, that comes from this is... Well, actually, hang on. We're just going to edit this. We'll get rid of those parts. The stack decoupler, which is under structural. This, if we put it places, it shows up in the staging area here, and it allows us to drop off parts we're not needing, which allows us to make the ship smaller, which is good because the smaller it is, the less thrust it needs to move.
Need
Fuel. Use the biggest tank.
Yeah.
Alright. Actually, I'll let you do this. I've been controlling that for a bit. I'll let you do that.
Okay.
And you can use multiple of those. If you chain them right together, you can.
So I could like chain like the big one and the other big one together.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. And then you're holding more fuel.
Maybe we can get to space this time. One of these.
You want the liquid fuel engine because we just put a bunch of fuel tanks on it.
Do we need to go over to here again?
Well, it looks like it's set up correctly now. The parachute's on top, the engine's on the bottom, the stack decoupler's in the middle. Now we're gonna, actually, let's add another stack decoupler. Go to structural. Put another one on the bottom. It covers up that engine. And now, let's put a solid fuel engine at the bottom. Yep.
It's a solid fuel boost.
Same thing.
There.
Yep. Oh, we're off the screen there. Hang on. Remember, you can use the mouse wheel to adjust things. Okay. Alternately. Instead of putting it at the bottom. Oh, but then it's going to be too big. Never mind. So put that there, and we can also attach, use the symmetry mode here, a couple more. See, now we've got a bunch at the bottom to push it higher.
We're probably gonna go into space.
We'll see.
I want to go into space.
Let's see, we still got the parachutes. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need. Oh, we want to try out our new science part. The mystery goo containment unit. And
Where do we put them?
I'm just going to put it on the side of the command pod here. And I'd use symmetry mode again to get 2 of those. That way it's not off balance. If we only did 1, it would cause the rocket to tilt to the side.
Like, that would make us crash.
Possibly. Alright. Want to give her a launch?
Launch?
Yep. And I think that's the last rocket I'm helping you with for a while here. You can build your own from there on out. Alright, zoom in with the mouse wheel. And I think the right mouse button allows us to, or actually we'll just go up there. If we right click on that one, we can observe our mystery goo.
Observe the mystery goo.
Which brings us to the screen like we saw before. Now, you notice how the green bar doesn't go all the way to the end? That means that we can only get part of our science this way. We actually have to do the experiment a couple times to collect it all. But we're doing our first experiment. The blue bar would be if we transmitted it with an antenna, and you notice you get less science transmitting it than you do by just keeping it. So that's why we're going to keep it.
Mm-hmm.
So click the green clipboard to keep it.
1 second, I thought you said blue, but...
Alright. I think we're ready to launch when you're ready.
Where's launch?
Controller.
Oh.
Alternately, you can use the space bar on the keyboard, but I like the controller. Yo!
Straight up?
Straight up. Why don't you hit the yellow button to turn on the controller, actually? Oh boy. Something's overheating.
What?
Some of the engine's overheated. Oops. Exploded. Good enough. Alright. And you can drop off that engine and move on to the next part. At the green staging button. And hit it again to activate the engine. There we go.
Now we're higher than last time already. We can see a planet in the distance.
That's the moon, actually.
Can you actually get on it?
Yeah.
When we get more parts.
Yep.
This is really fun.
Alright, and you see the green bar by the staging showing how much fuel you have left. We're about halfway through our fuel now. The edge of space is considered 70,000 meters. We're only at 20,000 right now.
Are we actually gonna get to space?
I don't know. Now, as we go up higher, the atmosphere thins out, so the thrust we use becomes more efficient, and we can go faster. I don't know if we'll make it to space or not. I don't think we're going to have enough to get into an orbit, though.
How much do you need for an orbit?
Well, basically for an orbit, you have to get up high enough to be out of the atmosphere, and then you have to go to the side enough that the force of gravity isn't as strong as your thrusts to bring you around the planet.
Oh.
Now, we did make it into space. We're up to 78, 79, 80. If you press M on the keyboard, they'll show us a map.
M or N?
M for map.
There.
And we can spin this around. Let's see. So, oh wow, we're gonna go up to 230,000 meters, it looks like. So we went up pretty high. If we had adjusted our what am I trying to say? Our thrust as we were going, we might have actually made it to orbit because we have a lot of extra thrust here to get this high.
Oh my god, we almost made it to orbit.
Well, to get to orbit, you have to not just go straight up. You have to go to the side.
What? But if last time I almost did that and we almost crashed.
Yes, you have to not be flipping end over end as well.
Okay. Once we get to the top of that, we're gonna go down, right?
Yep. Now, again, what we can do, more science. You want to take a crew report and use the other goo canister? Yeah, use the mouse and right click.
Where?
For the crew report, you click on the right click on the command pod. That one, yeah. Right click. There you go.
Now what?
You want to click on the button near crew report. Yeah, the one across from it. There you go. And then you can choose the green clipboard, and we're getting 5 science for this. And it says, seems we are very much in space right now. The sky seems to be mostly below us. Okay.
Will we be able to get new parts?
We'll see. So I'm gonna right click, and then if you hold down right click when you're not on the ship, you can spin it around like that. So I want you to right click on that to observe the next goo containment unit. Observe the mystery goo.
Which one press again? Right?
No, you see what came up? You press the button on there next to observe mystery goo.
Observe the mystery goo.
And the goo seems to have clumped into a sphere. It also appears to have become brittle. And we're getting 10 science for that. So press the green clipboard to save it. Alright. Now we're out of gas, so you can press the staging button again.
That's green, right?
Yep. It'll get rid of the empty fuel tank, so we just have the command pod.
Are we following?
Nope, we're still going higher. Oh, there's one more thing we can do, actually. Forgot. If we mouse over our picture of Jeb Kerbal here, who has this huge smile on his face,
Whoa!
we can choose EVA or IVA, which means EVA is extravehicular activity, IVA is intravehicular activity.
Well, I've never heard of it.
The IVA just brings us to the camera inside.
Oh my god, that looks so cool!
This is what it looks like from inside the command pod. That's the door. And it only has that tiny little window. And otherwise, it's just a lot of controls. You can actually pilot the entire ship from this, but it's hard.
That would be like an awesome.
Get out of that. But the EVA is more interesting here. Oh, now it's falling. If we EVA... Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, let me fix that real quick.
What?
Almost went away from the...
What?
Almost didn't make it to the...
Oh my god, what if we got stuck out there?
That'd be bad. Alright, now from here, now that I'm grabbed on, we can right click on him and get an EVA report. And he's gonna get 8 science for that.
For what?
For his report of what it's like outside the ship, basically.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Imagine real life being like outside the ship.
They do that. Astronauts do that.
I know. Oh, remember that movie we saw?
Oh, yeah. Alright, so we got to, wait, actually, this is a good spot to, speed this up a bit here, because time warp to 10 times the speed. And that'll automatically fall out when we get back to the atmosphere. This is our speed, by the way. We are currently going 1,500 meters per second.
Feels like we just stopped.
Oh, now we've entered the atmosphere.
Oh, so we're getting slower.
Yep. But we're falling very, very quickly. 40,000 meters. 30,000 meters. And you see we're getting some effects
Those
because we're
numbers
going so quickly.
are so quick, and is that fire?
Yeah, kinda. You probably want to turn on the parachute.
What do I do?
Green button.
Oh. It's done?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it goes back away.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So. Now the parachute automatically measures when you're 500 meters from the surface. Because we're not going to land in water here. We're landing on mountainside. So hopefully we get a decent landing and we don't roll down. I have rolled down a mountainside in this game. It's not fun.
Wait, what happened when you did?
All the science modules I put on the outside were destroyed. But I did manage to survive. I felt good about that, even though I crashed into a tree.
Have you ever landed? Is it possible? What else can you land on? Water, mountain.
Glacier near the poles. What else? Grassland, coastline, which is sand.
Wait, do you
desert.
do you like sink down into the sand?
No, it's okay. And we're about to land here.
Safely ever after.
All right, and you can recover the vessel now.
What do I?
Use the mouse.
Oh, okay. I keep forgetting that I need to switch.
Yeah, there's a lot of controls in this game. I mean, they design it for keyboard and mouse, but I like having a controller better.
What if you had to like have two keyboards? Wait, so where do I go?
Up to the top. So yeah, when it swings down. Oh, no. Back. Yep. Recover vessel. All right. How much science did we get?
35.
Yes. Very good. And hit next. Our crew is ready for his next assignment. Done. All right. And we've been recording for a bit, so why don't we take a break and we can do more later. This has been us playing Kerbal Space Program.